Grammy-nominated R&B singer Angie Stone, who founded an early female rap group and later helped pioneer the neo-soul sound, passed away early Saturday in a car crash, according to the late star's representative. She was 63. The artist was involved in a fatal car accident early Saturday morning in Montgomery, Alabama. Stone's rep, Deborah R. Champagne, said, at the time of the crash, Stone and members of her band were headed to Atlanta after a performance the night before in Mobile, according to a statement from the independent label SRG-ILS. An 18-wheeler struck the Sprinter van Stone was a passenger in, causing it to flip, according to the statement. Stone's close friend and former bandmate Glendwyn Blondie of the Sequence identified her body at a Montgomery hospital, Champagne said. Blondie was not traveling with Stone at the time of the accident, according to Champagne. The singer had been scheduled to travel to Baltimore for a halftime performance at the CIAA basketball conference on Saturday afternoon. Stone is survived by a daughter, Diamond Stone, and a son, Michael D'Angelo Archer II. Never in a million years did we ever expect to get this horrible news, they said in a statement. Our mom is and will always be our everything. We are still trying to process and are completely heartbroken. Born Angela Laverne Brown on December 18th of 1961 in Columbia, South Carolina, Stone grew up singing gospel music in church and first rose to prominence with an early female rap group, The Sequence, known for their 1979 hit, Funk You Up. In the late 1990s, Stone helped pioneer the neo-soul sound alongside contemporaries like Erykah Badu, who I absolutely love, and Jill Scott. She notched several number one hits on the adult R&B charts, including No More Rain in This Cloud in 1999, which sampled Gladys Knight and the Pips' Neither One of Us Wants to Be the First to Say Goodbye, and Wish I Didn't Miss You in 2002. She was nominated for a Grammy 3 times in her career, including Best R&B Performance by a Duo or Group for the duet More Than a Woman with Calvin Richardson from her 2001 album Mahogany Soul, and Best Female R&B Vocal Performance for her song U-Haul from her 2004 album Stone Love. A collaboration with soul legend Betty Wright, Baby, netted her a 3rd Grammy nomination. She also made appearances in movies such as The Fighting Temptations and Scary Movie 5 and TV shows such as Girlfriends. Rest in peace, Angie Stone, and I hope that your son and your daughter find comfort, love, peace, solace in their grief. And I really hope that your soul is at ease, at rest, and that your son and daughter know how much you contributed to music and how much you were beloved in the R&B and rap community. Another unfortunate passing. There's just something really horrible going on the last 2 weeks with music in Hollywood. I don't know. But David Johansen, the gravely voiced showman who helped ignite the punk rock movement as the vocalist of the New York Dolls, before he recorded Hot, Hot, Hot as the lounge lizard Buster Poindexter and acted in Scrooged, has passed away. He was 75. Johansen passed away Friday in the sunlight, surrounded by music and flowers, at his home in Staten Island, his family has announced. His stepdaughter, Leah Hennessy, revealed February 10th that Johansen had been battling stage 4 cancer for a decade, had a brain tumor, and had broken his back in the fall just after Thanksgiving. The family asked for donations to help them with medical expenses. David and his family were deeply moved by the outpouring of love and support that they experienced recently as a result of having gone public with their challenges, they said. He was thankful that he had a chance to be in touch with so many friends and family before he passed. He knew he was ecstatically loved. The outlandish and raw New York Dolls, fond of vulgarity and dressing in drag, were comprised of Johansen, guitarist Sylvan and Johnny Thunders, bassist Arthur Kane, and drummer Jerry Nolan. When they were laid down in 8 days, their breakthrough album, for Mercury Records in 1973. We went into a room and just recorded, he said in a 2013 interview with Esquire. It wasn't like these people who conceptualize things. It was just a document of what was going on at the time. The first song on the first side of that first album was Personality Crisis, co-written by Johansen and Thunders, to be followed by such songs as Looking for a Kiss, Vietnamese Baby, Frankenstein, and Bo Diddley's Pills. While their messy first LP, seen by many as an antidote to progressive rock, didn't sell very well, it would wind up on countless best of lists over the years and influence such acts as the Ramones, Kiss, the Sex Pistols, and Morrissey. Johansen released 6 solo albums throughout 1984, Sweet Revenge and Changed Personas, sported a pompadour, and sang standards for the 1987 album Buster Poindexter. From that, the roll-licking Hot 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 peaked at number 42 on the Billboard Hot 100 and got lots of airplay on MTV, though he often called his biggest hit the bane of my existence. And a lot of musicians feel that way, because if you're a one-hit wonder or you find even mediocre success in the music industry, when you're an opening act or you're a headliner and you're touring for the next 40 years of your career, and, you know, being 75, he did lots of tours in his life. You know, that's the one song everybody wants to hear. And so when they say it's the bane of my existence, it's not because they don't love a song they wrote. It's just that, you know, wow, I have all this other music too. Why aren't you listening to that? Why isn't that getting radio play? So I can understand why he said that. But it all led to an acting career, with a fun-loving Johansen playing the ghost of Christmas Past. Here, a chain-smoking taxi driver in the Richard Donner-directed Scrooged in 1988. One of 6 kids, he was born on Staten Island on January 9th of 1950. His mother, Helen, was a librarian. His father, John, sold insurance and liked to sing opera around the house. Johansen played in local bands and acted in plays for Charles Ludlam's Ridiculous Theater before Kane and Original Dolls drummer Billy Murcia knocked on the door of his apartment on East 6th Street and recruited him to be their singer. As they earned a cult following in Lower Manhattan, the Dolls played R&B with reckless abandon and wore makeup, high heels, and satin. Some thought that they were G, and got to open for Rod Stewart in London. During that trip, Murcia passed away from an accidental overdose. After the Dolls signed with Mercury in March of 1973, they took to the road. In a 2004 interview with NPR's Terry Gross, Johansen said he was arrested on stage in Memphis once and spent the night in jail for inciting a riot. He was dressed like Liza Minnelli at the time, and it wasn't the most relaxing night I ever had, he noted. Johansen showed up on episodes of Miami Vice in 1985, The Equalizer in 1987. He also appeared in Candy Mountain in 1987. Fellow musicians Tom Waits, Leon Redbone, Dr. John, Joel Strummer, and Arto Lindsay were in that too. Married to the Mob, Free Jack, The Tick Code, and 200 Cigarettes in 1999. In addition to his stepdaughter, survivors include his third wife, Mara Hennessy, whom he wed November of 2013, and his siblings, Michael, Christopher, Elizabeth, Mary Ellen, and Karen. He was previously married to actress Serinda Fox, an ex of Steven Tyler too, and photographer Kate Simon. With his health issues, he hasn't been able to perform for the past 5 years or so. There will be several events celebrating his life and artistry, his family said. Most recently, Johansen hosted a Sirius XM program called Mansion of Fun and was the subject of a 2023 documentary, Personality Crisis, One Night Only, co-directed by Martin Scorsese and David Tedeschi, and built around Cafe Carl show. He had done songs for Boardwalk Empire and Vinyl HBO series. There's been a lot of reviews of the documentary that have been very positive, and I'll start reading them, he said in a recent interview. But by the time I get through a few of them, I'll be like, all right, that's enough of that. I'm looking for someone who actually has beef with me so I can get down to the dirt. All I can say is rest in peace, David Johansen and Angie Stone. I hope you both rest in peace and that your family finds solace in their grief.